Hey guys, we're here in Jackson Hole and we are going live for the crew. This is a surprise live, I guess we'd call it.
We have to apologize for missing our past two dates, yesterday and then the previous Friday. It turns out, no surprise, we have a very irregular schedule. We do not do 9 to 5 jobs, which I think is one of the reasons why you guys enjoy following us. But it means that it turns out we can't stick to a schedule very well.
It has been very, very difficult.
Yeah.
It's not only the lack of the regular work schedule, but the lack of signal, moving from remote regions to places like Jackson Hole.
Yeah, I mean, last week we were in Wyoming, but way out in the middle of Wyoming. AT&T had no coverage. Sprint wasn't even an option. So we just were dead in the water and struggling to get even our work uploaded. And we, so we apologize. We couldn't get up and get live. So this is the best we can do.
So we are going to continue to try for Friday Night Live for the crew, but we're also just going to go live when we're in cool places like Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Might be more of a surprise live, but we'll attempt to stick to the schedule, which is Friday night on the East Coast and Friday afternoon on the West Coast. But if we can't do that, then just keep tuned to us and we'll kind of just pop up when we best can.
So we thought we would take you on a little tour of Jackson Hole. Not that we know the place well, but we're just going to kind of walk around and check it out.
Yeah, so again, the usual, while we walk around you can ask us questions and we'll answer them. In the meantime, let's show you Jackson. Let us know if you have been here before and what you'd like to see of Jackson.
We are in the main square area of Jackson. I was here in Jackson in I think 1991, 92. I drove a Cadillac out, and this is one of the places you can see behind us, the iconic main square with the antlers, and those are antler sheds. Those aren't elk that they killed, but those are ones that they've picked up off the ground.
Totally natural thing for elk to do is to shed their antlers, and so they get collected by the Boy Scouts. And this has been built back in 1960, I think.
Yeah.
And there's 4 of them at each post of the main square here in Jackson. I'm jumping onto the phone to try and get some comments because I know some people have joined. I want to make sure that we acknowledge you guys. So Eric, you keep talking while I figure out.
As we take you through Jackson. So Jackson, we don't know a lot about it. This is, like I said, this is my second time here since 1992. Viv's first time. Jackson Hole is in Wyoming for all those people that are around the world. And it is a cowboy town, a western town. It's super tourized, a lot of tourists, a lot of artists, and quite the mecca for people doing painting, photography, film. We're a production company and we went to a art opening, a gallery last night, and it seemed like everybody we met had their own production team.
Yeah, so Entertainment Geekly says hi to our first viewer. You're number 1 here on the crew at this particular point in time, watching us go live. Drop us a comment if you've been to Jackson before. We'd love to know what we should check out while we're here. I think we've got a few more hours.
Yeah, we're gonna take a walk through town, show you a few cool things. I want to back up here and try and show you the main square a little bit and reverse the camera if we can. Oh wait, rather than do that, I want to show you, this is pretty cool. We're bike riding the other day.
Oh yeah.
And we ran into a...
this is coming up. If we swing around backwards this way.
We ran into a stagecoach, and we're going to check one out just in a minute.
You face this way though, right?
All right, here we go. Coming around for the stagecoach. It's coming by us right here. And this is, I think it's my bank, Wells Fargo. It's coming up. It's a bit of a glare, I can't see too well. There we go.
Actually, speaking of cowboys and stagecoaches, I need to get a cowboy hat.
Yeah, we're going to go hunting for a cowboy hat here eventually, but this is what we got going on in Jackson Hole today. Stagecoach line coming through town. That's pretty cool. And you can see behind us the main square with the antler arches. And we're going to move along here and take a look. Should I reverse the camera for some of this art? Or?
Sure.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. So you can do this.
Yotam S has joined us. Hi guys, thank you. Thank you,
Yotam,
for joining.
We're going to take a look at some of the iconic art here in Jackson. Again, we're just taking you guys on a tour through what we see. And some of the things we're glad we haven't seen. Here's a grizzly bear, probably about the exact size one will be. And we haven't seen any of these. We were up in Alaska.
Knighthood 109 has just joined and wants to know where we are at. We're in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, streaming
Viz
live.
is about to get a bear hug.
So we've just talked to, I mean, we'll put this video up online, you can check that out, but we've just started at the antlers and explained the antler gates, and now we're checking out some artwork here in Jackson, Wyoming. So let us know if you have been here and what your favorite things are to do.
That's pretty cool.
One other thing that I should mention is that if you stay with us in maybe about halfway through this live stream, we're going to announce the winner of our,
yes.
Well, we had like a, I guess we just had a giveaway prize thing, and you guys all participated and gave some cool stories about
for the giveaway.
Yeah, so we'll let you know who won that, and then we'll also let you know we've got other stuff planned for giveaways. So, as you know the deal, stay tuned.
Yeah. So which way we wanted to? Let's circle around the main square. We just, if you guys have just joined us, we just saw a...
Your daughter's just joined us, Riley and Audrey.
Oh, hey Riley, how's it going? A stagecoach drawn by horses just went by us here in Jackson Hole.
Knighthood 101 says he does photography and needs to find good places. Speaking of photography, those of you who know a little bit about the upcoming events in 2 days, we are in one of the paths for the eclipse. So there's tons of photographers descending on Wyoming from here to Casper. So let us know what your eclipse plans are.
Yeah, we made tinfoil hats yesterday to prepare for the eclipse. Don't ask us why.
We're having a bit of fun about that. Riley says, have you bought any cowboy hats? We haven't, but we...
Go ahead, yeah.
We want to. I really want to find a cowboy hat.
Yeah, we really want to find a cowboy hat. I did buy on the way to here to Jackson Hole from Casper. We stopped in Shoshone, and I bought a old leather 6-shooter holster. So I bought an old leather holster, and that holster I've hung from my truck. Now maybe we'll show you my truck later. But the holster there for to hold some sunglasses.
So we're just cycling around here. We've gone around to another gate. This is the antlers again. Knighthood. I'll try not to burn my eyes with the clips. I see what I can do. The eclipse should be cool. Yes, it's definitely a lot of buzz here. If you're living anywhere near the eclipse path, then I'm sure you've been hearing about it. If you're near Oregon or Casper, I think it dips down near Florida. So let us know if you're near any eclipse buzz, if you even care about it, or this is totally a thing. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, and behind us again, on all four corners of this main square that we're walking around, they have the elk antlers piled up. It's very, very cool. It's very unique. Let's see, I'm going to turn this around a little bit so you can see town. Let's go through here. So this is the center of town of Jackson Hole here, and I think that Cowboy Bar we might go back into later. Here comes the stagecoach again, coming along. This is pretty cool. Let's see if we can get out here a little bit and get you guys close to the stagecoach that's coming along. This is pretty neat, right through town. That's pretty cool. And a lot of that, and then obviously a lot of money here in Jackson Hole, as well as stagecoaches. And up there you can see, that's not Jackson Hole Ski Resort up there, but that is a ski area just outside of town. And Jackson Hole is about, about half-hour drive or so from town.
So we're obviously here to answer your questions, and it's an opportunity for you guys to touch base with us in real time. As you know, we put out a weekly episode on YouTube that comes out. That does come out regularly every Sunday. And I've just finished editing one for tomorrow, so that'll come out. And those are, as you know, they're backdated because we've got to go do our work in between. So we're still in winter in China, where you can catch up with the crew there. But yeah, as I said, we use this live as an opportunity for you guys to kind of check in with us and ask questions, so feel free to do that. life is what I live for. So Matt's got the idea.
All right, we're gonna continue walking through town here.
Try not to get killed as we cross the road.
Yeah. I don't think we're supposed to be crossing just now.
Yeah, there's definitely a big red hand that says we shouldn't do that.
We're one of those people with the selfie stick.
Oh, just squeeze through here.
So we're just taking you on a bit of a tour of Jackson Hole as we sit here and wait for the eclipse. We do
have a question. Should we want to sit for a
ahead.
second and we can answer a question?
Sure.
So the question here is from Knighthood 109. What is your favorite part about traveling around the world?
Oh, boy. I'd say, everyone, for me anyways, everyone asks what my hobby is, what I do for a hobby, and it's collecting experiences. That's what I do. I go after experiences. So my favorite part is every new, unusual experience that I collect around the world, whether it's something I eat, something I see, or something I do.
Yeah, I would say that it's kind of up there with, meeting people, and I put this under the broader umbrella of kind of, I guess it's, for me, a form of education. You know, I learned something new. You can't even, like, I learned about the antlers this morning, that elk naturally shed their antlers, and you could technically learn that by just picking up a book and reading about it, but traveling is this kind of great way of naturally learning that stuff. And it sticks in your head, because now I can remember standing under a pile of antlers.
We learn all kinds of neat things. We learned something, there's a couple of unique things we learned we learned yesterday from a guy. We're learning about the eclipse. We didn't know we'd be here for the eclipse. We were on our way home. Turns out the eclipse is gonna happen in its totalness here in Jackson, so we're gonna stay and watch that. Anyways, we learned from a guy that when the eclipse happens, there is a star that is behind the sun, and because time bends light, the gravity of the sun bends the light, then the light from this star behind it goes around the sun, and you can literally see a star behind the sun.
I mean, it's technically there all the time. It's just the sun's so bright it blocks out the light of the star behind it. But the only time you can see it is during an eclipse. And what's really cool about this is that Einstein was finally able to prove this during an eclipse.
Yeah, so matter of fact, the last time this happened is when he was able to prove that gravity and mass will bend light. And so we'll see that star hopefully.
So that's pretty cool. There is another question here from Matt Ward. When on long flights, what do you do to pass the time?
Oh.
Mine's easy.
Well, go for it.
I take a sleeping pill and I pass out because I don't really like long flights. Unfortunately, we're not quite rolling in the cash yet, so we're still back in steerage a lot of the time. And I can't open my laptop because my laptop's too big. It's really uncomfortable working on the flight. I've got too many drives and I need power, so I just take it as sleep time.
Yeah, I try to work. I make a small effort towards it and then get frustrated and usually end up watching like 5 movies and fall asleep. So sleep and movies.
Yep.
We would both love to work, but I believe that's going to take some first class accommodations.
At the very least, a business. I mean, it does get super squishy in what are we again?
Steerage.
Steerage. Huh.
Steerage. So what steerage is back in the olden days, a long time ago, when boats were the main transportation, the really, really cheap tickets would be down by the steerage crankage in the bottom of the boat, where if the boat went down, that's where you were drowned. Those people would drown. So the cheap seats are in steerage.
Yeah, so we're kind of there at the moment. A lot of the times, actually, we're flying into places where the airlines don't offer first or business class. It's just a plane, like a tiny plane with little props on the side. And there's no such, there's like one door to the plane, and the pilots get in the same door. So, yeah, as Knighthood pointed out, we really are on a cool adventure.
Yeah.
I don't know if that really
I believe
bike got
there's a lot of bikes that have been moving on the highways and through town, and I believe that's because Bike Week in Sturgis is going on, or they're about to get there. Anyways, there's a lot of signs along the road saying, be safe, people are headed to Sturgis.
So we have a question here from Jacob Benton. Where is the next big trip to?
Next big trip. Let's see. Where is that going to be? Right now, we're going into period of time where we got to create business, create projects. That's one of the things we've been doing here in Jackson, is developing our business connections and developing 2 projects.
You were researching a random island.
Yeah.
We can't quite divulge all the details yet, but we're looking at a random island in the South Pacific.
South India, yeah.
Yeah, yep. And another cool section of like Avatar-looking jungle somewhere in Asia. And where else?
A desert region with a lot of ancient, like what did you call it? Artifacts.
And a mountainous region in the Middle East.
Yeah. So we're working on a project around that. Working on a project that is in what we call northwestern Asia. But we were here working on 2 projects, developing them with the people we're working with, and then we were also networking. We did a lot of networking.
Yeah, there's 2 people, like as you start to watch the crew, like Helena from the crew episodes that are coming out now, she's based in Jackson, and also Meredith is based in Jackson, when they're not out adventuring like we are. So that's kind of why we came to Jackson, because these people are really cool, and we wanted to see their hometown.
Yeah, we were able to meet, I met some cool people at a party last night. One of them was from Teton Gravity and one from Brain Farm. Those are production companies that do similar work to ours. And it was really neat to talk to them and what they're up to. I heard that Vice is in town. Vice is an online video content company. They're in town here for Solar Eclipse, and I guess Red Bull's doing some stuff too.
Yeah. So a few more kind of comments that have popped up. Yotome says, "Hey guys, do you remember that I asked you guys for a camera suggestion? I didn't have a big budget, ended up buying a Nikon. Oh, I'm tired. D3300. What do you think? The exchange rate pretty much destroyed my budget." Well, that seems pretty good. I mean, it always depends what you. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you, or if we missed that, Yotam. Our saying though, when it comes to cameras, is the best camera
is the one you can get access to right away, the one you use all the time.
The best camera is the one in your hand. So we film a lot of stuff on our iPhones, because that's as Eric said, it's the one you can get access to really quickly.
Our primary content, we use the big fancy cameras, but that's because we have time to produce it, calculate what we're doing.
But all of the greatest moments that aren't planned, they've been on iPhones.
Yeah. Everything that you can just grab right now. And my comment would be on cameras. The camera is only as good as the person using it. I've seen some people shoot on some just little tourist cameras, some great stuff.
I mean, they've shot a whole feature film on an iPhone 5. So Yotam, I wouldn't worry about your camera too much, as long as you like it and you know how to use it really well, and that it shows off your work. That's the most important thing.
And use it all the time, every day, all the time. That's how you get good at anything. You're not born good at it, just use it.
And then when you start using it, you start to realize what features you do and don't want. So after you spend a couple of years on your Nikon, you can you realize, hey, I don't need the slow-mo feature, but I'd like a higher ISO. And then you can go and you've got more knowledge, and you, because what I would recommend might be different to what you like. You might enjoy star time lapses, and that's a totally different camera requirement and setup than what we have.
Yeah, we like we said, we just go out and film with what we have, and being there, being opportunistic for the moment. You want to always put yourself in places that are going to be interesting for camera work. Like we put ourselves in Jackson Hole. We didn't plan to stay here this long for the eclipse, and we're curious if we're going to get some really unique footage here in Jackson Hole. We've heard that there's some strange requests here from people that are coming around for the solstice. Apparently the solstice here is not the solstice here, the eclipse. Apparently the eclipse is the center of a lot of weirdness, and people are asking the Bureau of Land Management and the national parks, is it all right if they can conduct the animal sacrifices? They're literally asking that. Can we conduct animal sacrifices? So that's a bit
strange.
Odd. And people asking, are there any rules against going naked? Apparently a lot of people in Jackson Hole want to go naked for the eclipse. Apparently this is a thing, a spiritual thing for them.
We got a question here from Matt Ward. He says, when I went to Berlin, I took a lot of video, hoping to make a few YouTube videos. can you recommend a cheap, possibly free editing software?
Cheap and free.
You know what is
What?
free but not cheap? That's the thing. I believe iMovie comes free with any Mac computer. So I don't know if you're a Mac user, but you should have iMovie in there somewhere. You also can get iMovie and other editing software on your phone or tablet, which, and there are some of those apps are free. Depends on how heavy your editing is going to be.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I know of anything that's good that's free.
I don't know good and free.
They don't usually work well together. But low budget, I mean,
the Premiere Pro does do a monthly subscription.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You could just jump in for however long you want, a couple of months, and I think you can cancel your subscription, or maybe they lock you into a year. You'll have to have a look. But I believe it's a monthly subscription. So that could be a good, and I think they offer a trial. So you could always, depends how fast you are at editing, you could get the trial and
I think it's $25 a month.
Smash out your editing and then you'd be done with it. But if you want to invest something long term, or you want to play with it for longer, have a look at the Premiere Pro, Adobe Suite, and the subscription service.
Yeah, so should we walk around a little bit more here? Should we go and see if maybe we could go into the Cowboy Bar there or something like that?
Yeah, I think there's a cool Cowboy Bar. We're going to check out for volume and noise.
Yeah, if it's too loud, we'll bounce out.
And we're also going to announce the winner of our giveaway from a couple of weeks ago. Thank you everybody who shared their stories. That was really cool. We have got a winner. We will announce it soon, maybe in about 5 minutes or so, if we can get a seat at the bar.
So let's see if we can get a seat at this bar. It's supposed to be pretty iconic. I'll turn the camera around.
Are you blind?
There we go.
No, it's a peacock!
Alright. What's that?
I think I left my ID in the car.
So you did?
Yep.
Alright, you want to go get it then?
Are you checking IDs?
Yeah.
Alright.
You want to go get it?
No,
Alright.
we can wander back to the car. I forgot my ID. I left it in the truck. We finished the square.
Jackson Hole is really getting busy for the eclipse, and it's an amazing amount of traffic that is in here. There's the main square that we've been circling around over there.
Hello, we're gonna finish our walk down Jackson. I think we're gonna turn the camera around because there's a cool guy wearing a wolf's hat playing the violin. So stay tuned for that. We're about to cross the road and we're gonna show you.
Alright, here we go.
So I think we're going to find a spot here to kind of, how long have we been yakking on about for?
About a half hour here.
Okay.
So I think...
we might announce our winner here soon.
Okay.
And answer any of your final questions. So if you want to jump online and ask any other final questions, about to announce winner and let you know our plans for the upcoming couple of weeks so that you guys can know.
Yeah, we're making our way through Yellowstone here pretty soon after the eclipse, and then head home, and then we will start working on the projects we were telling you guys about, and we go to work for several months. But the next big location probably will be some kind of ski film, probably in China, I would guess.
Yeah, it looks like we've got some good friends in China, and so and and we're getting better and better at working there. So you guys might end up becoming like a China vlog.
Yeah, we're doing quite a bit of work there, that's for sure. Alrighty.
So we're just looking for a spot we could probably.
Ooh, that's all right.
Are we still live? We took a crash, everybody. That might have been the most exciting thing that happened.
No, it's not. The
Nope,
exciting thing is
2
still
days,
good.
guys, 2 days.
We're still there.
It's still there.
We took a
Nice
crash.
Erica's, by the way.
Nice what? Oh, thank you.
Called Erica's.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much. You know your glasses.
I try.
That's cool.
All right. That was a bit of a tumble.
We took a live crash.
Yeah.
Our selfie stick broke in the heat. It's so hot that it's melted the joinery and it's crashed.
Oh, why don't we go right here?
Razorback had joined us just as we crashed and he said howdy. Here we go. This is pretty cool. Oh, people are taking photos.
All right. Whew. Okay.
All right. I was wondering, do you want to sit?
Oh, I don't know if we're going to find someone.
Riley said that startled me.
Yeah, it startled me too.
I think it
Startled
startled
me.
all of us.
Startled us a lot.
Matt Ward is crying. He thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
very, very funny.
Yep.
Almost felt like I got hit by a car almost.
I was talking to you guys and then suddenly you were gone.
I don't know if we're going to find a place to sit.
Razorback said he almost dropped his phone in the toilet. I have done that, but we just dropped it in the middle of Jackson, live on YouTube. We're just looking for a little chair so we can finish this wrap up for you guys.
Have a good visit.
Man, it's packed in here.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go.
Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah. We'll squeeze in over here. Oh, see if that'll stay. There we go.
Awesome. All right, we made it. We got just a small question here. Shady's old lady asks, "Where's Josh?" That's
Josh
actually a
right
good
now,
question.
I'm not sure where Josh is
I think
right
jumping
now.
over to one of his social channels would be the best way to find that out. But
Yeah.
you're probably referring to the time we caught up with him briefly in
Seattle.
Seattle. So we love working with Josh. We had a great time, and we're kind of hoping to get another project with him up and running.
Yeah, we'll probably run into him several times. We've ran into him a few times over the last couple months now. All right, so let's get to...
So we're going to announce our winner. Do you remember the name?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Our winner is Jay Gallup. At least that's how we know you on YouTube. You gave us a great story about... you all gave us great stories. Jay's story, you can have a look at our last episode and scroll down to the comments. And he told a story about how he went kayaking and got his phone wet. So we hope that the waterproof bag will keep your phone dry for the next time you go kayaking.
All right, yeah, so we'll be sending that out to you, Jeff. And we have a bunch of things that we've been picking up along the way from sponsors, and we're giving a lot of that stuff away.
We have another dry bag to give away as well. So stay tuned. Probably our next live video will announce, I guess, the next prize packet and tell you guys what to do, and we'll give that away.
One of the things you got to stay tuned for is the episode coming out tomorrow. I was reviewing that, and it was funny.
Yeah.
There's some pretty hilarious sections in this next episode. Not the least of which is Vivian trying to outmuscle a snowmobile, which is probably, I would say, at least. Whoa! All right, we're having issues here. Which is probably at least twice as big as, if not 3 times as big as you. In the snow. That's pretty funny.
We've also got one of the most difficult interviews we've ever had to manage. We got interrupted by everything you can possibly imagine out there in China. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Tomorrow it'll be launched, that episode.
Yeah, we better close this down because we've had a rough day for going live. We couldn't find signal, and then when we got a hold of you, we were walking around for a little bit, and then we couldn't get in the bar where we planned on going. And now our whole entire apparatus is falling apart. So I think it's time to shut this down and try it again.
Yeah, we did want to make sure that we did say hi to you guys because I know we missed our previous dates, but we are going to try for Friday afternoons and evenings. That's US time. Otherwise, look out for Surprise Live, which is basically what this is, which is our best chance to get in touch with you guys when we can.
All right, guys, we're going to sign off here, and we're going to catch up with you. Check us out tomorrow on the YouTube channel for the episode of The Crew, and we'll catch up with you next week.
You can always chat to us on the comments. I always get back to the comments. If I miss one, I'm sorry. But I do endeavor to write to you all, and Eric picks up some comments as well. So.
All right, we'll see you guys later from Jackson Hole, and we will we might do something fun after the solstice. If it gets kind of weird,
yeah.
We might go live. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. All right, cheers.
See you guys.